While April 1 is considered to be the All Fools Day, we had a couple of very big announcements yesterday, right? On one side, Bank of Baroda became the third largest lender in the country with its merger with Dena Bank and Vijaya Bank coming into existence on April 1. And on the other hand, we had a notification from the State Bank of India for the recruitment of probationary officers, which was definitely expected in the month of April, but not on the 1st of April. So, well, the highly considered April Fool's Day actually turned out to be really good for all you bank exam aspirants, right? Two announcements, both banking related, but yes, only one would be very relevant for all of you now, which is the recruitment notification for probationary officers from the State Bank of India. Good morning, guys. Welcome to this live discussion about the SBI PO notification, which was released yesterday. And I'm here to discuss with you the important parts of this notification that all of you must understand and go ahead and complete your application for this highly sought after job in our country today, right? So the good news is that SBI has announced the recruitment of probationary officers. I have a copy of the notification in my hand. There's an online recruitment process, and they are going to fill in 2,000 vacancies this year, right? The number has always been around 2,000 historically. So 2,000 jobs overall, of which about 800 are for the general category students, and the rest are distributed across those reserved categories. So congratulations to all of you who have been waiting for the SBI PO notification or any bank exam notification for that matter this year. This is the first one and has come on the first day of the financial year, right? Financial year 1920. So before we get into the details about the important dates, recruitment process, online exam, preliminary exam, then mains exam, etc., all I want to tell you guys is you must not leave anything for chances. This is a brilliant opportunity for all those who have been waiting for it, and you should definitely do all the things required to convert this into your success, right? And believe me, you can do it, right? If you think you can do it, you will do it. If you think you cannot do it, then you'll not do it. So it all depends on what you, how you take it, right? So be positive and make sure that you do your preparation thoroughly and walk into the examination center with confidence so that you can beat the competition, right? I see a lot of you have joined the chat here. So if you have any queries during the discussion, you can keep posting it there and I'll take it up, at appropriate times. So let's get started. I think we are going to talk about this notification from SBI. So let's get started with the important dates first. I have something to show to all of you here. Important dates. Now look at this. The online registration, including editing, modification of application by candidates, starts from 2nd of April and it will go on till 22nd of April. You can see the details here. So from 2nd April, which is today, till 22nd April. And this has been the usual case, right? Usually we get about 3 weeks to complete the application, which is more than enough. But every year we also have enough candidates who fail to apply in this duration, right? Or who fail to complete the process in this duration. So please don't follow that stupidity. Make sure that you complete the application, if not immediately today, in the first week itself, right? It is a process where you have to give in a lot of details. You have to fill in the details in the online form and upload your photograph and signature and stuff like that. So please follow that. It's not really, it's not a rocket science as such, right? You can just do that. But make sure that you have all the documents and everything relevant ready with you before you go for the application process. And all the details are available in this notification. It's a simple 4-page notification, unlike the IBPS one, which has 30-40 pages. Of course, they give you every detail there. So it's a notification that you can go through today thoroughly and then get ready to apply. So application is from 2nd of April to 22nd of April. Then there will be payment of application fee during the same window. You can download your online call letters for preliminary examination, etc. What is important is the date of online preliminary examination, right? So the online preliminary examination will be held on 8th, 9th, 15th and 16th June. You can see the dates here, 8th, 9th, 15th and 16th June. So 4 days have been earmarked in the month of June for the conduct of SBI PO online preliminary examination. Now why 4 days? because of the huge competition. I'm sure each day will have multiple slots, at least 3 to 4 slots per day. So 4 days, 4 slots would mean about 16 slots to accommodate the number of applicants that we have. But then forget about the number of applicants. Don't worry about that, right? The competition is gonna be huge. What is important is how much time do we have. We are on 2nd of April today, right? Now from 2nd April till whatever that date is, let's say even if your exam is in the first slot, 8th of June, you have the full of April, full of May, and about 1 week in June. So close to, let's say, 9 to 10 weeks, right? Or 2 months, right? To keep it simple. We have got 2 months of time before you go for the preliminary examination. Big question that most of you would have, especially those who are starting their preparation only now, is that, is 2 months enough for me to crack this exam? Will I be able to complete my preparation in 2 months? Will I be able to succeed with my preparation in 2 months? The answer to all these questions is yes, yes, and yes. It all depends on how you spend your time and how do you use your limited time of 2 months in getting ready for this exam, right? Just doing hard work alone is not going to help. You have to be doing smart work, which I'm sure you will follow a right strategy and then get ready for this examination in terms of the preparation there. So 2 months definitely is a good enough time. Of course, you have to face the fact that those who have been preparing for more than 3 months now, or more than 6 months now, or more than a year now, will have an edge over you. They will have an advantage because they have already been into this preparation for a long time, right? So they will definitely have some advantage, but it doesn't mean that you cannot beat them, right? Even if you're a fresher, you can beat them, or you can get through this online preliminary examination. So the first step is the online preliminary examination. The 0th step, by the way, is application, which I'm sure you will do. The second step would be the online main examination, and that will be held on 20th of July as per the notification. You can see 20th of July 2019. So from your preliminary examination to the main examination, you have just 1 month of time, right? Maximum 1 month of time. Again, depends on which slot do you get in the preliminary examination. So the main exam will happen somewhere in July, which means you have 3 months for it, or more than 3 months for that, right? In fact, 3.5 months for that. Now, do you really have to start preparing for preliminary main examination from now itself? Not really, in my view, because your preparation for prelims will, cover 75% of your preparation for the mains exam as well. However, there are certain things that you need to do, which we will discuss in due course of time, which can help you parallelly get ready for the main examination. One simple example is reading a newspaper. It's very, very important, right? You have to keep yourselves updated with the current affairs. Now, would you start reading newspapers only after the prelims is over? No, that's a stupid idea, right? Because this is a daily activity and it has to be done daily. You cannot have a backlog of 2 months, 2.5 months, and then keep reading all the newspapers there. So that should become a part of your daily routine, right? Reading a newspaper, which will definitely help you, greatly in the mains examination. So things like that can help you get ready for the mains exam parallelly. And then those who all clear the main examination, they will get their results and get their call letters for the group exercise and interview, which will be held in the month of September, and the final result will be declared in the 2nd week of October, right? All the details are available here. So what are the important dates now? Important dates are 2nd April to 22nd April, which is your application. Important is your online preliminary examination, which starts from 8th of June onwards, right? 8th, 9th, and I think 15th and 16th of June, and then the main examination 20th of July. Okay, so in terms of timeline, I think you should have that timeline in your mind now. You should kind of get wired to that timeline and prepare accordingly, right? Very, very important. I mean, for the next 2-3 months, nothing else should be more important for you, right? This should be the highest priority by far, and just keep working towards those dates. I'm sure you will get that right confidence before you walk into the examination center. Now, there are details about vacancies. I've told you that there are 2,000 vacancies, right, overall, of which 810 are for general category. Then we have about 300 for SCs, 150 for ST, 540 for OBCs, and 200 for EWS, right? And then again, within the reserved seats, we also have, seats marked for candidates belonging to the, those who are into the SLD categories, like specific learning disability, or the other multiple multiple disabilities that they have defined here. So I think if it is relevant to you, you can just go through that. But otherwise, there are 2,000 jobs, more or less, depends on how you look at it, right? I mean, some of you may say only 2,000. Others may say, wow, 2,000, right? I would say one is for you, the remaining 1,999 are for others. Keep that as the attitude. Block your seat now itself and prepare with that attitude, right? That one seat is for me. I don't care about the remaining 1,999 seats, okay? Now, important is the eligibility criteria. What is it? So, essential academic qualification as on 31st of August 2019, right? So, 31st August 2019, see what it says. Graduation in any discipline from a recognized university or any equivalent qualification recognized as such by the central government, right? Those who are in the final year or the final semester of their graduation may also apply provisionally, subject to the condition that if they are called for interview, they will have to produce the proof of having passed the graduation examination on or before 31st August 2019. Even candidates having integrated dual degree should ensure that the date of passing the integrated dual degree is 31st August on or before 31st August 2019. So simple, you have to be a graduate, no minimum percentage, right? If you are a graduate or if you are going to get your graduation done by 31st August 2019, then you are eligible to apply. Now, some of you may be in your final year, as it clearly states there, right? Final year or final semester exams must be going on, or you may have your exams in a few days from now. So you just have to be sure that you will get your degree. Your degree should say that you have cleared your examination before 31st August 2019. You have cleared your graduation before 31st August 2019. If you think that's what's going to happen, you are eligible to. Right? So that's with regards to the academic qualification. There are some more bullets given there. You can just read that about how to calculate, percentage and stuff like that. Because, while there is no minimum cutoff in terms of percentage, you will have to enter the percentage of marks in the form. So they have explained how to convert your CGP into percentage and things like that. Okay, so just you can go through that. Next important qualification is the age. So what is the age qualification? This is as on 1st April 2019. That was 31st August 2019. Age is 1st April 2019. See what it says. Not below 21 years and not above 30 years. So as on 1st April 2019. So candidates must have been born not later than 1st April 1998 and not earlier than 2nd April 1989. So anybody who was born earlier than 2nd April 1989, not allowed. Anybody who was born later than 1st April 1998, again, is not eligible to appear for this exam. Again, there are relaxations for reserved categories. You can just go through that. So I think that's essentially the eligibility criteria, right? One is academic qualification, the other is the age qualification, right? You have to be qualified with regards to the age given there. And a lot of details about the reserved categories there, which I'm sure you will look at if you are in that category. Now, moving on, the selection procedure. Now, this is very, very important, selection procedure. But before we get into that, let me see if we have any queries here. Any questions so far? Garima Thakur says, sir, EWS का क्या है? Well, EWS, economically weaker section. Economically weaker section का क्या है? There are 200 vacancies for economically weaker section, Garima. But then you'll have to check if you are in that category and then accordingly maybe apply for that. Very good. Good to see so many of you being, participating in this chat here. You can keep posting your queries if there are any, and I'll take it up later. So moving on to the selection process. Now I've told you that this is going to be a 3-tier process. Tier 1 is an online preliminary examination. Tier 2 is an online mini examination, and Tier 3, the stage 3, is going to be your group exercise and personal interview. Right now, Tier 1, which is the online preliminary examination, is actually called Phase 1 or Tier 1, whatever it is. It's a qualifier, right? So lakhs of aspirants are going to apply for this exam. They're going to appear for the preliminary examination. Only those who clear this will be called for the main examination. Likewise, only those who clear the main examination will be called for group exercise interview. So each stage here is a qualifier, right? It's not that you will have to go through all the 3 stages, right? Stage by stage. So there will be filtration at each round, right? A lot of candidates will get filtered out. So those who clear prelims will be called for the mains exam. Those who clear the mains exam will be called for interview. However, when they arrive at the final merit list, they will consider your mains examination marks along with the marks scored in group exercise and personal interview to, get the list of merit. Okay. So now look at what is the examination pattern for the preliminary examination, right? So see what it says. The selection of probationary officers will be done through a 3-tiered process. The phase 1 is a preliminary examination. Now what is it? You can look at the table. Self-explanatory. I don't have to tell you anything. No change with respect to the earlier exams, right? I mean, last year also the SBI exam was done in the same fashion. No change at all. There are going to be 3 subjects: English language, quantitative aptitude, and reasoning ability. I mean, I have learned it by heart now. 30 questions in English language, 35 questions in quantitative aptitude, 35 questions in reasoning ability, 20 minutes per section. Overall 1 hour of time, but it will be 20 minutes earmark for each section. So there's a sectional time limit which was introduced a couple of years ago. And you can score 100 marks, right? 1 mark per question. That's the round 1, right? No change here. Now, how would you get selected for this one? There will be a cutoff score, right? A sectional cutoff and an overall cutoff, which is not pre-decided. I repeat, the cutoff score is not pre-decided. So please do not pose questions on what will be the expected cutoff. I don't know. And believe me, nobody knows. It will be decided only after the exam is over, right? It depends on a lot of factors. We have to consider a lot of factors, and you just can't. Prediction can be done, but no point in doing that. Give your best. How does it matter? So those who clear this preliminary examination will be called for the main exam. Let's look at the main examination structure now, right? By the way, candidates numbering 10 times the number of vacancies in each category will be shortlisted for the main examination. So let me tell you that whatever number of candidates appear for the prelims exam, only about 20,000 candidates will be called for the main examination. And that is the reason main exam is only in 1 slot. If you observe, 8 slots become just 1 slot for the main exam, because only 20,000 candidates, about 20,000 candidates will be called for the main examination. It is given in the notification, right? About 10 times the number of vacancies. So 2,000 vacancies, 20,000 candidates. Roughly about 20,000 candidates will be called for main exam, for which the pattern is as given here, right? Now this also is exactly same compared to the earlier year, the last year. What has got? It has got an objective test of 3 hours duration, consisting of 4 sections of total 200 marks. Now, what are the sections? Reasoning and computer aptitude. Then we have data analysis and interpretation. Then we have general economy and banking awareness. And then we have English language. Now, this is a typical pattern. Number of questions vary, number of marks vary per section, and the duration also varies for each section. So you can check these details here. What does it say? 45 questions in reasoning and computer aptitude, right? Yeah, 45 questions in reasoning and computer aptitude, 60 minutes of time given for that, and there will be 60 marks for it, right? So you can say each question carries 1.33 marks, but then there will be some questions which will be for 2 marks, some questions for 1 mark. So that way, 45 questions will be mapped to 60 marks, or rather 60 marks will be mapped to 45 questions. The data analysis and interpretation section will have 35 questions. 45 minutes of time is given, and you can score 60 marks there again. The general awareness, or banking awareness or economical awareness, will have 40 questions, 40 marks, and 35 minutes of time. English language will have 35 questions, 40 marks that you can score, and 40 minutes of time. So overall, if you see, we have got 155 questions, 200 marks can be scored, and 3 hours of time is given, right? Now, nothing to worry about this pattern. If you see, reasoning ability, quantitative ability or data analysis and interpretation, and English language, these are the 3 areas that you've already prepared thoroughly for the preliminary examination, right? The only addition that we see in the main exam is the banking awareness or general awareness, right? Which I've already told you. If you do things like reading newspaper religiously every day, you'll automatically kind of get ready for the main examinations. And of course, from the time you clear your main exam, or from the time you appear for your prelims exam to the time you go for mains exam, you have about a month's gap, right? There's a 1 month window, which can be utilized for getting ready thoroughly for the general awareness section. Of course, you need to practice for the other sections as well in that time, but your focus now should be on general awareness because you have not really prepared for that all through that time, right? So I think that's the main examination structure, but it has got a descriptive test as well. There is an online test, objective test, and there is a descriptive test. Now, what is it about? It's a 30-minute test with 2 questions. One is letter writing and the other is essay writing, right? And it carries a weightage of 15 marks. So you will have an online test, objective test, followed by a descriptive test. Let me tell you, the descriptive test is not a paper-based test. That also has to be done on a computer. You'll have to type in an essay or you have to type in a letter. One essay writing question, one letter writing question, 50 marks, you'll have only 30 minutes for it, okay? Which again is the usual process. Now those who clear the main exam, both objective test and descriptive test, will be called for the 3rd round, which is the group exercise and interview. Here, candidates numbering up to 3 times the number of vacancies. So like I've told you, there will be only about 20,000 candidates appearing for main exam. There will be only about 6,000 candidates who would appear for the group exercise and interview. Right? So out of the 20,000 candidates, only 6,000 overall will be called for the last round, right? So the competition really gets tougher, right, with each stage there. Now group exercise will be for 20 marks, the interview will be for 30 marks. Group exercise could be a group discussion or whatever they want to conduct there. Yeah. What is important before I move forward is the penalty for wrong answer, right? There will be negative marking applicable both in preliminary exam as well as the mains exam. Now, how does it work? There will be a penalty for wrong answers marked in the objective test. For each question for which a wrong answer has been given by the candidate, 1/4 of the marks assigned to that question will be deducted as penalty. Right? For example, if a question carries a weightage of 2 marks, if it's a 2-mark question and you end up marking a wrong answer, you will be penalized 0.5 marks. If it's a 1-mark question, you will be penalized 0.25 marks. If it's a 1.5 marks question, you will be penalized whatever 0.375 marks. Right? 1/4 of the marks allocated for that question will be the penalty for you. Yeah. Okay, so that's about the selection process, online preliminary examination, online main examination followed by a descriptive test, and then finally we have tier 3, which is a group exercise and personal interview. Examination center cut details have been given there. The examination will be conducted online at venues across many centers in India. I'm sure the list and all will be made available. Coming to the most important part, right? This is my favorite section of the entire notification. Emoluments. Salary, right? Let's read it out. Presently, the starting basic pay is 27,620 with 4 advance increments in the scale of 23,700 to 42,020, applicable to junior management in grade scale 1. So basically, this is the junior management grade scale 1, right? You'll be joining as probationary officers, which is considered to be the junior management scale, right? JMS. So junior management grade scale 1. The official will also be eligible for DA, HRA, lease rental, CCA, medical and other alliances and perks as per the rules in force from time to time. The total compensation per annum on CTC basis, which is the cost to company. The company here is SBI. So the total cost that SBI will have for candidates who get selected here will be a minimum of 8.2 lakhs and a maximum of 13.08 lakhs, depending upon the place of posting and other factors, right? So you will be earning a minimum of 8.2 lakhs per annum. And let me tell you, no industry gives you this kind of a starting salary for a fresher, right? So now you know why the competition, right? Rightly so, there's so much of competition. But you have the power to beat the competition. It lies within you. You have to just explore that and make the most of this time available so that you get into this highly sought after SBI job, right? And just look at it, 13.08 lakhs per annum. And of course, it depends on the location, because the amount of HRA that will be paid to you varies widely from location to location, right? And I'm sure, I guess Mumbai Circle would attract the highest here. So 13.08 could be for Mumbai Circle and Delhi Circle and then circles like that. So not to worry. I mean, even if it is 8.2, it's huge in my view. Okay. Application fee, of course, is 125 rupees for those who are from SC, STs or PWD, and the general EWS and OBC categories will have to pay 750 rupees as the application fee. There will be pre-examination training for those who are from the reserved categories. The number of chances. Now, there is a restriction on the number of times that you can appear for the SBI recruitment. So, those who are from the general category or EWS category, they have only 4 chances, maximum 4 permissible chances. All others have 7 chances, and those who are all others here would mean candidates belonging to PWD, OBC categories will have 7 chances, and those who are from SC, ST categories will have no restriction, right? Now, I'm sure there will be some questions that will be ringing in your mind, and the answer is given here. Appearing in the preliminary examination will not be counted as a chance. Okay. Appearing in preliminary examination will not be counted as a chance. Only if you qualify preliminary exam and then go for the next round, then it's counted as a chance. So, if you had appeared last year in the preliminary examination, don't worry. And not qualified, that's definitely a thing to be worried about, because you should now prepare harder. But in terms of number of chances, you should not worry, because that's not been counted. And anyway, 4 chances minimum is, enough to crack this. There are other details about how to apply, how to download the call letters, what will be the proof of identity to be submitted, biometric verification, then action against candidates found guilty of misconduct. You guys should not even read this, because you should be sure that you will not be doing any malpractice there, right? So that part of the notification, forget about it. Just think of it. Why would somebody read that? Only if somebody is thinking of doing something, right? Anyway, point number 15 is up to you. Action against candidates found guilty of misconduct. But you should know what a misconduct is, what a misconduct would mean, right? Anyway, go through that. Then general information, a lot of points given there. All the announcements will be available on the website. The link is given there, and there is a disclaimer. Yeah. And the last page has got a list of examination centers. 44, across the states and union territories there, 44 codes are available. It starts from 11, so only 34 are available, yeah, for all these states and union territories. Centers across each state are given here for both preliminary examination as well as the main examination. I'll just give you an example. For example, if you look at, the only risk I have is if I read it for one state, I usually find candidates asking for other states, which I'm not going to do, because you have the notification, you can download it from our website and check it yourself. But just for example, if you look at Jharkhand, the preliminary examination centers are going to be Bokaro, Dhanbad, Hazaribagh, Jamshedpur and Ranchi. And centers for main examination are Jamshedpur and Ranchi only. So you may have to travel a little if you are not from Jamshedpur or Ranchi. But is that a worry? No, because you've been called for the main examination plan. Even if you have to travel, like say 500 kilometers, you should do that. So not to worry, they have enough examination centers. And the last part of the notification has guidelines for scanning and upload of signature and photograph, which usually is a big concern because candidates or applicants find it difficult to scan their photograph and signature. But in this generation of technology, you should have solutions for everything, right? You can get everything done yourself without any external help. So just go through the notification in detail, guys. It's come out only yesterday. The application starts today. It will end on 22nd of April. So you still have 21 days of time, not to do it in a hurried fashion. But at the same time, don't be too procrastinating and delay till the last day, right? Don't land yourself into unnecessary troubles. I would suggest complete it by 10th of April, let's say. But what should start immediately is your preparation. In my view, you should have already started. If you haven't done it already, now is the time, right? Right after the session gets over, learn something about the SBI examination and continue to do so till the next few months that you have, right?